Hello everyone. Today we'll be working on a simple 777 game on Python and Kivy. If you want to install Kivy, just go to this link. It will be in the description. Pick your operating system and follow the steps given. So now getting started with the code. So save one file as 777.py and save another file as my.kv. The name is important because it ensures the link between our Python script and the Kivy file. So we start by importing Kivy, and we have to import Kivy app. And then just a bunch of, you have to be careful with that. And then just a bunch of other import statements to import label, text input, grid layout, button and object properties. And then we import the random. So we start by creating a class named as slots, and this inherits grid layout. At the moment we won't write anything in this. Then we create another class named as myApp, and this inherits app, and this consists of a build function. And it just consists of one line, return slots, and then finally just a myapp dot run method. So this slots is basically the class that will hold the main functions of how our game work, and this app is the one which controls the GUI, and the build which builds the window in which the GUI will be displayed, and this run method runs our app. So now we'll move on to the Kivy code. So we'll start with slots written like this, so that the Kivy file knows which class it is attached to. And then we'll just write few statements like this. I'll explain in a moment what they mean. So these are our object properties. The one on the right is used in the Kivy code, and one on the left is used in our Python code. These are used to reference to the various elements in our GUI. So first thing we type here is a grid layout. So this tells Kivy that now we'll be making a small grid, and then we give it a size. And then we specify the number of rows. So in this case it would be 4, and the number of columns, it would be 1. Then starting we type a label, with the text 777. So this would be like the top of our GUI, that will just show the name of our game 777, and it would be in color red. So we'll just use color attribute and 1, 0, 0, 1, that is RGB and alpha values. Then we give it a font size. In this case we'll use 60, and we will align it to the center. Now just follow me here. Now what we will use is a nested grid layout, that is a grid within a grid, and it's nothing complicated. You just have to type the same thing what you typed here. Just same you have to type here. So now a grid layout, and this one will have one row and 3 columns. So in this we'll have our one label, and this label has an ID of S1. You can see here this S1 refers to this label, and initially it will hold the text 7 and color red, and a font size of 45, and aligned to the center. So this label is where the new variables will come when we spin the wheel. Similarly, we'll just copy it 2 more times. And here we'll just make the color green just for some variations. And in the final one, we'll keep it as blue. And don't forget to change the IDs. So this is S2 and this is S3. So this was a nested grid layout. After the nested grid layout is done, we use another label. This has an ID C. C, I'm using it to refer to chips. And this would have a color yellow and a font size 45. And the text in this initially will have 1000 chips. Done. And now we'll have another nested grid layout. So this will have one row and 2 columns. So first we have a label, ID, R. This will show the result of the spin. Initially it would hold nothing. And color, I'll just use red. Font size 45. Next we'll have a button with the text roll, and color, I'll just use something like an aqua color. Let's see. And a font size of 45. And now we just type on press root.btn. So this on press is used to tell the compiler which function to perform when the button is pressed. So we haven't typed this function yet, we'll do it soon. So with that, the Kivy part of the code is done. Now let's come back to Python. So in the slots class, just start by typing the same names which you used here. So just type s1 equals object properties arguments none, and same you can do for s2 and s3. And same for C and R. Yep. And then we define the roll function. So here first we check if the player has enough chips or not. So for that just use if int self.c.text of 0. Sorry, 0. Yeah. So this means that it will go back to the widget C and check the text there at position 0. If it's less than or equal to 0, then in results we just pass, that is self.r.text. We'll just type you don't have enough chips. Else self.c.text. We have to update the number of chips now. So we just go str of int self.c.text dot split. So this is to split the 1000 and the chips of 0 minus 1, yeah, minus 1 plus chips. So this will just change, subtract 1 from the number and return x number of chips. So now we just have to work on the outputs. So self.s1.text, that is the text of slot 1. We'll just write it as str. So here we'll just use a random number between say 1 and 10, and same for s2 and s3. So now we check the s1, s2 and s3. So if s1 equals s2, sorry, not s1, self.s1.text, yeah, be careful with that, self.s2.text equals self.s3.text, and if this is not equal to 7, just type self.r.text, that is the result. Just update it with you win. And self.c.text, the number of chips, that is the payout. This is almost similar as this. Plus 1000 chips. And now we just similar condition if it's equal to 7. So if they equal to 7, then just we have a payout of 5000, and the rest of the code is same. And yeah, we have to make this as elif, not if, yeah. And then else self.r.text equals no win. So this completes our code. We'll now check what happens when we run it. So I just realized I made a mistake. This is not roll. This is in fact B team. So this is what we get after we run our program. So there's a 777 header here, and there are 3 slots. Initially they have 7, and this is the number of chips. So just press the roll button and no win, and you can see it decreases the number of chips and the slot changes. Once again, not working. It's hard to win in this game. So that's it for this project. If you have any project ideas or any problems, please post them in the comment section. Like, share and subscribe.